Hello, everybody. Welcome to the special events webinar here with Jackrabbit. My name is Emily Cole. We will get started shortly. While we are waiting for everyone to join, I will go ahead and launch this poll. If you will go ahead and fill that out, it'll give us some general information about who you are, where you're coming from, all of that good information. And like I said, we will start right at 12 o'clock, or excuse me, 1 o'clock. So please just fill out that webinar or that poll, and then we will get started in a couple of minutes. For those of you that are just joining, if you will just go ahead and fill out that poll for me, it will give you some very quick information, or give me some very quick information about who you are, what organization you're coming from, all of that good jazz, and we will get started right at 1 o'clock. All right, everybody, it is 1 o'clock. I know that some people are still trying to join this webinar, but we are going to go ahead and get started so that we can get things rolling. Like I've said, there is a poll. If you will fill that out, that'll give me a little bit of information about who you are, where you're coming from, all of that good information. You have made it to the special events webinar here with Jackrabbit. We are going to learn all about events that we can use in Jackrabbit and going to go through all of that good information today. Let's go ahead and look at who your presenters are today. Of course, my name is Emily Cole. I am the product training specialist here with Jackrabbit. I am new, so you probably haven't seen my face in any of the previous webinars, but moving forward, I will be the face that you will be seeing for all of the webinars here when it comes to education or training. In the chat, we have Kelly LaFaber. She is a support rep. You might have seen her in a chat or a phone call or a Zoom call if you are putting any tickets or phone calls into the support team. And she will be in the chat answering questions. Feel free to put in any of your questions, information, any of that, and she will get back to you with any of those questions. So before we get started, let's talk about how we can stay connected. If you look in your in Jackrabbit, when you're in Jackrabbit, there is a question mark icon for Jackrabbit support. I will show you exactly what that is. That gives you all sorts of good information. If you have questions, if you need to submit a chat, a ticket, a phone call, anything of that, that is the place that you can go while you're in Jackrabbit. Here is the resource center. That is also an icon in your Jackrabbit system. You can click that. We call it the bullhorn icon. So we are able to do that. I will show you that information as well when we are in Jackrabbit and I'm doing the live demo. There are more Jackrabbit webinars available. So you will be able to see all of the Jackrabbit webinars. I'll also show you a link to that. I'm going to show you pretty much everything that you can see on this screen right here. And you can access all of these in the Jackrabbit system. There's also the Jackrabbit training system. I recommend everyone take a look at this. If you are new to Jackrabbit, this is the best way to learn this system. It is a self-guided training system where you can go through the modules and they're broken down by the type of user that you might be. So a front desk versus an owner. There's different things that you need to learn. So I highly recommend going through that. If you've been a Jackrabbit customer or client for a little while, I still recommend going through it because you might learn something new. And then lastly is the Facebook user group. So I want to make sure that we highlight this because this way you can connect with other Jackrabbit users. This allows you to connect with them, ask questions. Maybe they're using Jackrabbit in a different way and you want to get information about how they're doing that. You can message them. We also have moderators in there that are Jackrabbit employees, and they can answer any questions that you do have that users might not know, but us as employees, we will know. So what are we learning about today? Obviously, we are here for special events. So we are going to learn about adding it and customizing an event. We're going to look at registration and enrollment, posting event fees. Everybody wants to know how you get paid. So we're going to definitely take a look at that. There's additional ways to use events that we're going to go through. And then lastly are event reports. Everybody wants to pull reports. That way they know how much money they're making and all of that good jazz. So let's go ahead and get started. We are here in Jackrabbit. And before we look at events, this is the two things that I want to point out to you. Here is that question mark. That is the Jackrabbit help desk or help center. So there is the help center icon here. This is video help. This is any of the videos that Jackrabbit creates. They are help videos, webinars, things of that nature that you can use. Staff training options. If you click this, you will find the Jackrabbit training system. That is the self-guided system that I just spoke about. Here is something for e-payment resources. So if you have questions about e-payments, this is the one for you to click. And then here are the ways that you can reach out to Kelly and her team with the support reps. You can submit a ticket, request a call, or chat with support. If you hover over this, this will show the date or the days and times that they are open. That way you can see when they are able to answer your questions. And then all the way up here, you've got your Facebook icon. If you click this, it'll take you to the Facebook software users group. And then this will be your YouTube channel. So this is where your YouTube channel will be for all of our webinars, videos, things of that nature. So let's close out of that. Here is this bullhorn icon. This is your resource center. This little one right here means that something has been added and I have not looked at it. So if you ever see a little number up here, that means that there is something new and you have not seen it. So what is new? Latest enhancements. This is, oh, look, it's about events today. So today is our lucky day. There has been a new enhancement for events. We're going to go through that. It is going to be to transfer enrollments between event dates. So we are going to look at that. What else is in this resource center? Let's get started. This is like a really quick setup that you can do. It's a step-by-step process if you are new to Jackrabbit. Let's see, training opportunities. This might be where you found this a webinar today, the special events webinar. So keep an eye on that if you are looking for more webinars, more training events. Like I said, that latest enhancement. And then all of this, you can do show me how tutorials, videos, featured videos, this and that. And you can also submit your ideas. So share your product ideas. If there's something that you really think that you want to be added, you can add a new idea in here. All right, so let's get started. This is your events drop down. So this is what we'll be looking at today. The first thing you want to do when you are adding an event is you want to add an event type. This is a very general category for your event. So birthday party, parents' night out, t-shirt sales, camps. You can do RSVPs. You can do all sorts of different things when it comes to an event. But let's say we are going to do a birthday party. You just type in birthday party here, and then you pick a location. I will make sure that I'm going to talk about this a couple of times, but when you pick a location, you have to pick gym or main, and once you click save, you will not be able to change that location. You can change the room, but you cannot change the location. So if you click birthday party and you want it to be in the gym, and then a year down the road, you want it to be in main, you have to go in and create a new event type or delete the old birthday party and create a new event type. It depends on if you want them in both locations or just that one. So when creating an event type, you can change the you can pick the location, but that will be your location for this event type for while you have this in your database. And then you want to pick the category 1, birthday party, let's say camp, parents' night out, private lessons. That's another great way to use events. Let's see, RSVPs. So we're going to keep that as a birthday party. And we would click save. I already have a birthday party saved in here. So once you click that save, it'll bring you to this right here. This is what it will show. All of this will be blank. And you'll be able to go in and customize all of this information. So we are here in summary. This is the birthday party. So I've already got birthday party in there. If you want it to be something else, you can rename that. You want to do a fee, you put in your fee. That will be what the student is charged or the family is charged. It really depends on how you do the allow enrollment for. I will note that when you are clicking family or student, if you have student up here at allow enrollment for, when you are posting event fee per, it needs to be student or do not post fee. You cannot have student up here and family down here. You will get an error code that because the fees will not align. It'll try to charge the student and the family, and it won't align. So make sure that you've got student here and student here or do not post fee. So we've got all that. We've got the student. We've got minimum age. If you want a minimum age, you can add that. Maximum age as well as a cutoff date. You've got that birthday party as a category 1, and then you want a maximum size of 1 for a birthday party. For other events like camps, you can, increase it. For t-shirt sales, you can increase it to anything you want here. And then we are moving down to payment method information. So this is where you can make the people who are registering, you can add them or have them add credit card or bank account information. I highly recommend you doing this so that you have a way to charge the customer if they no-show or if they cancel and it's not within your cancellation policy. That way, if they do cancel or if they no-show, you have that credit card information on file and your bank account information on file, and you can charge them that fee so that you're not losing that money for that booked event. So I've got yes on here for the credit card, debit card information, and the bank account information. That is a requirement for yes. And then they can only save one. You can have them save both. I've got it to only save one so that they don't have to put in too much information. Transaction details is right here. This is to post an event or post fee for student. Like I said, I've got student here and it's student up there. I've got those matching. You can also click do not post fee. You can click do not post fee if you are doing like a t-shirt sale and you've got it to where you can order more than one t-shirt. You want to manually post that fee. So you want to keep that as do not post fee so that you can go in there and see how many t-shirts have been sold. And I'll show you all that in a couple of minutes. So here we are at student. We've got this session here. We've got transaction type. That's an event fee. That way, when you are pulling in reports, you can see this. This is the type of money that you are pulling in, and this is the this is how it will be categorized. And then a transaction note, you've got birthday party. That way, when you or a parent are looking at why they were charged $160, you can see, oh, it was for a birthday party. Makes sense. That way, there are no questions asked there. Now, display on internal calendar. Do you want to see it on your internal calendar? The answer is generally yes. You want to see pretty much everything that you have on your internal calendar so that you know what you are, what you're offering to your parents, family, students, things of that nature. Calendar label, this is what you will see on your calendar, as well as the calendar header for display to customers. So if you've got, let's say, birthday party here, this is what you will see on your calendar. Background color, you can click these little crayons here, and it'll bring different colors up here. We always recommend going with a lighter color because it is easier to see on the calendar. So we are going to click a bright blue. And then display to customers. Do I want the customers to see this? No, open dates only or open and booked dates. I've got it as open dates only. That way, when this date and time has been booked, you can only see the open dates only. And then in the calendar header, this is what it will show for the external calendar, and it just says birthday party here. Now, online registration form graphic URL. This is how you can kind of add an image when it comes to the quick registration so that you can kind of customize the registration to not look as bland, or you can kind of personalize it. So if you want to create something for each specific kid who has a birthday, let's say Rebecca is having a birthday, well, then you want to put in happy birthday, Rebecca, into the RSVP link. You can do all that. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then notification emails, this is if you want to get emailed every time somebody does register for an event. So that is the summary. Description. This is your internal description and your registration form description. So this is what you'll see on your internal side. This is what will show on the registration form. I will show you where this is in just a second. Here are questions. You can ask questions. There are different types. So you can do a question type of a checkbox, text box, large text, or yes or no. So I've got a yes or no here, and then the rest are text box. You can also do required, hidden, or optional. So I've got a couple of these required and a couple of them optional. You can also click the order of them if you want one to show ahead of the other. When looking at agreements, this is another thing. You want to make sure that you have agreements in here. That way, you are legally covered, or you've got your liability covered. So make sure that all of this is in here. That way, when people are registering, they are required to agree to the policies. And then here's the dates and times. So we already created that event type. We already created birthday party. So this is where you create dates and times. So if you want to do add date or create a date or time, you click this add event, date and time. Oops, I did not save. I'm very bad at saving. You will see that in all of my webinars, but Jackrabbit is awesome to where they make you save it. So let's say add event dates. Let's say, so I've already got birthday parties on Saturdays. Let's say I want to add birthday parties in the month of March, on the whole month of March. And I want them to be from, let's say, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then I pick my room. And here's where you can choose your status. So you can do open, hold, unavailable, booked, or notice. I see a lot of people using open or notice. So a notice is something you can do if you're saying, hey, we're going to be closed for a special event, and you can put a notice in there and change that to, label it the way that you want it to be labeled. Same with t-shirt sales, things of that nature, or posting tuition, like, hey, tuition is due. You can click a notice and you'll be able to see it on your external calendar. So for this, we're going to do open, allow enrollments for student, maximum size is 1. And then I want this to repeat on Fridays. So I'm clicking Friday. So that way from March 1st to March 29th, it will be every Friday on that. And then you can add an instructor. I am not going to add an instructor on that. And then I'm going to click save. And it created 5 birthday party events. So if we scroll down, here are those March ones. So you see that there. You see that there is 1 available, 1 spot available. These are the ones that are booked. As you can see the family that booked them, a contact name. So when we are registering for an event, we are going over here. You click let's go back to dates and times. You click the specific date that you want. So let's say somebody reached out, said, hey, I want to book a birthday party for February 17th. Perfect, got it. I've got it available. I just saw that it was available. Here are all of the summary options that you can pick for this. This is, everything is pretty much already set based off of what you did when you just created the date and time. And then you see that student is right there. You don't want to change that because that will match what you already have. Maximum size is 1, and then the status is open. And here, if you are doing an RSVP, you can do invitation only event date. You can copy this link and then send it out to the family member. And I'm going to show you that very shortly. Again, here's the instructor, comment, internal notes, and to-dos. You can add all of that information there. But let's look at enrollment. So this is where you can see if somebody is already enrolled. As you can see, nobody is enrolled yet, but let's say I want to enroll somebody. We're going to click search here, and let's say Percy Francis is turning 10 and wants to have their birthday party. So here I've got it. Percy Francis is now enrolled. Now, if you are doing it this way, the enroll existing family or enroll existing student, because this says allow enrollment for student, you want to make sure that when you are enrolling, you are clicking enroll existing student, not enroll existing family. So please make sure that you pass that along to your staff. If this right here, allow enrollment for, says student, make sure that you are clicking enroll existing student. Also, when you are clicking this is basically you are booking the birthday party for them. So that means the questions are not going to be answered because they are not doing it through the parent portal or the quick registration. So that means while you have them there, you want them to go ahead and answer these questions. If they're at the front desk, you want them to answer these questions. They will not be able to see the policies. So please make sure that you assign that in a different way to get that signed for them. And then let's see. So we've got that taken care of. We've got enrollment. And then you can also do a quick registration. So let's go back to a different date. Let's go back to birthday party. Let's go back to dates and times. And let's go to one in November. So I've got this, there's nobody enrolled. You can click quick registration. And this is where that picture is. Like I said, I'm going to show you how you get this in there. And then this is what you will see if you're doing a quick registration for, let's say somebody's grandma came in here and says, hey, I want to book this birthday party for my grandson or granddaughter. Let's go ahead and fill this out. They can fill this out. Then you can have them answer these questions. And again, those policies will not be in there. So I always recommend sending them to that parent portal. And then the credit card information, the bank account information, all of that will be signed. And then once they get all that taken care of, they will then be able to submit registration and they will be enrolled. Now, let's look at the parent portal. So we go to events. Well, let's go back to list event types, and we can go down here to settings. Well, if my mouse will work for me today, and then this parent portal here. This is what you will see. You can click go to the parent portal. This is where you can sign in. I have got a username over here. Bear with me while I type it in. And let me copy and paste this password. This is another way that you can register for events or how your parents can. So this is the parent portal. This is what you will see when you log in or when your students log in. You can click this classes and events, and then you want to go over here to this birthday cake icon where it says find events. If you click that find events, it'll walk you through this. If this is your first time doing it, it'll walk you through it like it is doing it here. And you can do anything. You can change it to how you want it as a location. If you want it by the price, if you want it by, by date, any of that, as well as a filter. So event type, date range, days of the week, age, all of that. So let's say this family, Des, wants to take private lessons. They can go in here, they can click add to cart. They can put any information, enter any additional information and comments. And then here are those policies. So they can click view policy. This is the policy that is the liability release and the participation agreement. You can click those so that they can view them, and then they have read and agreed. And you can click add. And then you can check out, accept enrollment fees and continue. And then there we go. You have been added to that private lessons. And you can see that right over here. That one there. That is the one that I just registered for. So how do we customize it to where you can see different things? So like that birthday cake icon that was in this quick registration. What you can do is you can go to events, list event type, and then over here, why am I not seeing what I want to see? Email text event. And then here is what you can do. You can click insert image. And here I've got a couple of things already saved. You've got the swim, you've got, different things. So this is for parents night out, birthday party, a t-shirt, all of this. So let's say you don't have what you want in here yet. If you use Canva or anything like that, you can very simply just download the image onto your computer, and then you can drag it on over here. It will then upload, and then you can click it. So let's say I want to do this t-shirt swim house for a t-shirt sale. So I will insert image, and then I will right click, copy image address. So again, you've inserted the image, right click, copy image address. And then you can go back to the list event types. You can go to this t-shirt sign up, and you can scroll down here and you can enter that, that address. I've already got it in here. And once you do that, you can see it right here. So that's how you get those t-shirts. That's how you get any of those images in there. Again, with the registration, if you are doing a quick registration, you can also do this if you already have somebody who is in the parent portal. You can click the already a customer, click here to begin. Okay, so that is everything with the parent portal. Like I said earlier, there is a new feature that you can do. It is for transfers. So if we go to families, you can click families, and let's say I know the Combe family has one in here. You can click into the family, you can click events, and see how these are the events that Des Combe is signed up for. And I accidentally clicked January 27th for the private lesson when I wanted a different date. This new feature that was just released today is this transfer. So you can click transfer. It's very easy and simple. You can click select date and time, and then you can see the other ones that are available. So I want it to be February 24th instead. I can click save, transfer, and then there it is. It is easy as that. It just takes a couple of clicks and you have transferred this for Des Combe for that private lesson. Other things with events. Let's talk about how we get paid. So we've already looked at, let me go to a different type. Let's go to Parents Night Out. We've already talked about how we do the student fee, the event fee, all of that. And then if you want to, if you click do not post fees, you can then go in here, and post event fee. So you can do that if you are not automatically doing it. That is one way to get paid. You can do that. You can do a transaction type. Let's say this is event fee session 2324, and then submit. And this was 3 transactions posted. So I just posted 3 transactions. You can see them all right here. So these are the 3 that I just posted. You can print that, export it, refresh it, show or hide columns, just in case you need to keep that for your records. Another way that you can do this is if you go to transactions and you can do process e-payments. This is a great way to automate it. So if you want to charge events every day, you absolutely can. You can click process later here. So again, I went to this transactions, process e-payments, and then I came right here. So process later. So let's say I want to start on February 1st at 8 p.m. I want to start charging events on a daily or weekly basis. You can apply payments too. I click oldest fees first, collect unpaid fees, but do not exceed the balance on an account. You can do it by family. You can do it by credit card, bank account, e-payment schedule. This is how you filter the type of family. You can filter the type of transaction here. So I'm going to go here and I am going to do event fee. Let's see, did it click it? It sure did. Yeah. So I've got event fee here. So then I click process later. It will then show this pop up. This is what you can do of events daily will be the name of my e-payment task. It starts on February 1st, and anything entered before each day before 8 p.m. it will run. So you can click repeats. This is daily, so daily at 8 p.m. So if you post something at 7:59, it will charge that and you'll get that. You can do it weekly, monthly on the 1st, annually, custom. So I've got that for daily, ends on never. You can end it. Let's say I only want to do this for 1 month. So I can end it on March 1st, or I can do it after certain occurrences. And then I can click next. And then do I want a reminder to the organization email address? That's a yes or a no. It can be exactly 1 day before the task runs or never. I've got never here. I don't need to know when they do it. I just want my money to be in my account. So I've got that task created events daily. So that means on February 1st, anybody who is in events, I will be charging them on a daily basis. So if you enroll on February 1st, I'm gonna charge you that day. Let's see, what else do we need to go through? Let's go back to list dates and times. So here you can see other ways that you can use events. We've been through the birthday party. I'm going to show you this RSVP. It is a very, very cool feature that you can use. We've got parents night out. We've got private lessons. We've got spring camps. We've got t-shirt sales. We've got a t-shirt sign up, and then the winter break notice or winter break camp. Here is all of the information that you can see. You can edit this. You can show or hide columns. I've got every single column shown here, but you can base it on what you do and don't want to see. Here is a notice one. The t-shirt sales ends. So I've got this as a notice. So I've got no fee here. So I've got no payment information and no post of fee. So I've got here, you can see the t-shirt order deadline. This means that you can see it to the customers for their calendar. If you go over here, this is the dates and times. So my t-shirt orders end on February 29th. I am collecting t-shirt orders, and as you can see, let's go back. As you can see, right here in the summary, this is the notice. So that is that notice that you can use. And that way you can see how this is all grayed out up here. That means nobody can enroll in this. This is just a notice. And I'll show you that when we look at the calendar so that you can see that. Now let's talk RSVPs. This is a great way to use events. So I have gone into my birthday party and I got an email. Let's say I got an email saying that somebody booked one for January 20th. So let's go to January 20th and let's see who booked it. So the Combe family booked it. If I go into the Combe family, I can see that Des is the only student in here. But what I have is I also have it to where it is enrollment by, well, that should say student. So I've got this. This is the birthday party. So I want to then create a RSVP for them. So let's go back over to list event types. You would create add event type and put in Dez's RSVP birthday for the date. You then go here. You want the fee to be 0 because you don't want to charge people who are coming to this party because you have already paid for the party. Same for the category. You can change that to RSVP. That way it is not coming into your reports for any of your events and messing up with that income there. Maximum size, you can change this. I've got it set for 15. And then I've got a do not post fee here. And I do not want this to display to customers because I want to make sure that Des and Dez's family is the only ones who are sending out this information. So then I go to dates and times. I click the start date. And then I do this invitation only event date. This is what you want to do if you are doing an RSVP. So you've got this clicked and then you can click copy link. So you've got that link copied. You want to go back to list event types. You want to go back to your birthday party, back to your dates and times, and you want to go back to that one that Des is celebrating his birthday. So then you want to email text event. This is a template. I've already created a template. You can go in there and create a template for yourself. This is RSVP birthday link email. So I've got here, enter student's name, Des. Let's celebrate Des. And then here is that insert RSVP link. So I can highlight that. I can click Control V, and then that will paste it. And then what I can do is I can insert, if you want it to look a little bit prettier, you can click here. You can, again, click Control V, text to display. You can click RSVP here. And then click OK. And there's that link. Let's make that a little bit bigger so that everyone can see it when they're opening this. So I will then send this to the contacts. This will send it to Dez's mom. So Dez's mom will get this, or dad will get this. Hit process or preview link, and you can send it now. And then this is what the message will show. So here is that message, the email, and then what will then happen is the Dez's mom or dad can then change this or click this RSVP link, copy this, and send it out via text, via email, any of that information. And then that way they can just fill out this information. There's that birthday party agreement that they will have to agree to. And that way you can get those RSVPs in there. Other ways that we can use events. So here's this t-shirt sign up. Very quickly, I'm going to go through this. Let's see, what time is it? 1:36. We've still got a little bit of time. So I've got this set for a t-shirt sign up. I've got it for $21 for a fee, and I've got do not post fee. That way, if in the questions, I've got all the sizes listed here. And if I am signing up for this, or a family is signing up for this in the quick registration, and they say that they want 2 extra smalls and 1 large, they can go in, they can get this information, and then I will see that they ordered 3 shirts. So then I can go in, and when I am clicking post fee, I can go in and change those amounts as needed based off of how many they have created. When looking at the calendar, this is your internal calendar. So when you click on events and you click calendar, the first thing that you will see is your event calendar. And this is your internal calendar. This is only what you and your staff can see. This is your external event calendar link. So here is one, you can click this and you can see how things have changed. So it got rid of those birthday parties that are booked. And then let's say we go to February. This is where we've got a couple of things. Here's that order t-shirts. You can order your t-shirts here. This shows that there are 199 spots available still. So you've still got 199 spots available here. Private lessons, I've got 1 spot available. And for the birthday party, 1 spot available. And then here's that t-shirt order deadline. Remember, this was a notice, so I do not have a link to that. If I click it, nothing happens. If I click over here, this opens up for the registration. So that is a great way to use notices, is so that you can say, hey, your t-shirt order deadline is on the 29th of February. Get your t-shirts in before then. And you've got this up here where you can order those. And then same here is the private lessons birthday party. You can click them and that will bring you to that registration where it shows the private lessons and then all of the policies or agreements that you do have in place. So that is what we have for other ways to use events. And then the last thing I want to show is event reports. So this is, if you click over an event reports, this is what it will show. So you've got event reports right here. This is anything that Jackrabbit has flagged for events. So either it has event in the name of the report or it has in the description event. Same for recitals. We are going to be just focusing on events today. And then here's that all. So this is for events and recitals. So here's all your event reports that you can click. Let's say I really am wanting to know event calendar open. I can click it, I can run it. This will show everything that I have. And then if I use that one a lot, I can just heart it. And that way it becomes one of my favorites and it's now up here so that I don't have to go through all this clicks. I can just very simply hover over reports and then click it, and that will show me that. If I then decide, oh, maybe I didn't really like event calendar open, I can go back in here and I can unclick that, and then it is gone from that. So that's one really good thing. If you also are just in reports and you want to find reports, you can type in here, you can type in events, And this is everything that will come up for events. This is anything that Jackrabbit has for a keyword match or a description match. So it either says event here in the title, or if you hover over it, this will explain what the report will do. And this obviously has the events in it. So that way it shows that description match. I believe that is everything that I have for everyone today. So, questions, anything of that is coming up? I know that there are questions here. Let's see. Kelly, was there any that you saw that came in?
Hey, Emily, I've been answering most of the questions in the Q&A, so I'm still getting through those. There are a few questions in the chat that I'm going to try and get to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good, just getting through it.
Yeah, let me take a look. Let's see, our waiting list for events on the roadmap for 2024. That is a great question, Kelly. I am going to get back with you on that. I have not heard of it, but I will keep you up to date. Will there be a video of this when Emily is done? Yes. So if you have been in this webinar, there will be a link sent out to you. If you have a colleague or a friend who uses Jackrabbit also, and they were in this and they weren't able to make it due to a time restraint or anything like that, an email will also be sent to them. It'll be sent to them tomorrow. You will get a copy of it. Anybody who was registered and did not make it today will get a copy of it sent to them via email. It will also be posted on our YouTube channel and in our webinars help center area where it says the training. This is what you can see here. This is a QR code. If you want to scan this QR code on your screen right now, this will join our Facebook user group. This is where you can go to add any of that or to add yourself to this Facebook user group. You'll be put a request in, we'll agree to it, and then you will be able to see the Facebook user group. Again, I highly advocate for this because this is a great way for you to learn other ways to use Jackrabbit, and also you can market and talk to other organizations who use Jackrabbit and how they are using it that might be different than you. All right. Is there anything in the works that will make calendar more visibly appealing? Let's see. So Carol, I'll get back to you on that, is if there's anything in the works that will make calendar more visibly appealing or customizable. Let's see. Yeah. Showing internal calendars. Perfect. Is there a way to make the attendance using Jackrabbit for special events? Is there a way to take attendance using Jackrabbit special events and camps? I do, yes. So Kevin, that is a great question about the calendar, or about the attendance. So there is actually a report where you can do event sign in and sign out sheets. So you can do that. You can do it for Dez's RSVP birthday party. You can click submit, and this will show right now, well, Des doesn't have a lot of friends, but Des has one person, so you can sign in and out there. Is there a way to access the waivers with parent signatures, or is it just assumed that when they roll through the portal? So let's see, Haley, is there a way to access the waivers with parent signatures, or is it just assumed when they enroll through the portal? Yeah, so when they are through the portal, they are required to sign that. So if you go back to events, list event types, let's go to that birthday party, dates and times. Why did I click that? Agreements. So these are required. So you have to agree to these in that portal. That is a very, very good question. So let's see, is that a roadmap for 2024? Kelly, that's a great question. I will also get back to you on that. I am not aware of anything on that roadmap. I have covered everything on my side. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us at Jackrabbit or training@jackrabbittech.com. There is also going to be a survey at the end of this. So as soon as I click into this session, you will be brought to a survey. Just please answer those questions. That way I can see how I did for this training and making sure that I have answered everyone's questions and covered all of the content that you were expecting for today. That way I can help next time we do a webinar, I know what I need to improve on. And then once you close out of that, it will also bring you to our webinars page. So that will take you straight to the webinars page and we will get it taken from that.
Emily, sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. I'm still working through several Q&As and I
Yeah.
don't want to miss them.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep working on them before you close out. So just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
Let's see, Savannah, in the last section you were talking about, Emily, can you use events to track performance fees for each show? We have performance fees for each student. Can we use events to track performance fees? Savannah, that is a really great question. I am gonna say that you can talk to create a ticket or a chat with the help center to answer that question. I am not familiar with how to do that, the track performance fees, but I can assure you somebody on the help center will be able to do that. Let's see, Kevin, the sign-in sheet needs to be printed. I'm looking for an electronic sign-in option. Kevin, I do not see a way that we can do that, unfortunately, in this, there's no way to track absences or not enrollment, but tardies, anything like that in the event. I apologize about that. All right. Any questions that I missed?
Emily, do you want to go ahead and go through some of these from the Q&A so we can get
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you good with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So one question is, will everyone working the party see the names on the RSVPs?
Yes, so if I have been assigned that, so if I am here in RSVPs, let's see, this is RSVP. Let's go to dates and times here. I add the instructor here, and then they'll be able to see it in their staff portal.
Okay, great. Is there a way to access the waivers with parent signatures, or is it just assumed when they enroll through the portal?
Yeah, so it is just assumed through the portal. So when they are going through the portal, they have to agree to those before they can sign up for the event.
Okay, can you connect the event calendar to a Google Calendar?
That is a lovely question. Kelly, do you know the answer to that?
I'm not aware of an option
Okay.
at this time
Yeah,
to do
I
that, but
wasn't
something to
either.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't believe that there is a way for that, but I love that idea. And you can put that in the idea portal that I showed at the beginning of this webinar as well.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a way to take attendance using Jackrabbit for events? And I think
so Kevin, I believe I answered that in the chat, but to reiterate that, so let's say you can do the reports and you can do the let's go to find reports. Find reports. You can go over here to events and recitals. You can click the sign in and out sheet, and that will take care of that. Well, I didn't click a different. You can click for does this RSVP, click here, and that way you can do that. That is one that you can print, but there is not a way that you can do it on Jackrabbit itself electronically.
awesome. I have another one that says, for camps that run for a week, is there a way to block the full week instead of just the day?
Yeah. So if you want to do that, what you can do is you can do events and you can click add event type. And let's say we're going to do camp and we want it to be here, and camp, save. I want $100 for this. I'm going to go through this really fast so that we can get it all taken care of. I've got 15 people in there. Yes, yes. Post it for student, post it for student. Description. Let's go over here to dates and times. So if you want them to only enroll once, what you can do is you can do date and times, add event date, transaction type. Sorry about that. I have not added a transaction type. I'm moving too fast over here. Event fee. Save, dates and times, add date and time. What you can do is you can do, let's say I want this to be for next week. So I can do January 22nd. I can click January 22nd again. I want this to be an all-day camp. Let's see, 2:05 p.m. I want it to be in the Arctic classroom. I want it to be with student. I want it to be a max size of that. Let's see, what day is this? This is a Monday, so I'll click Monday. I can add an instructor and then I can click save. So I've got that. So that is the initial enrollment. But then let's say this goes throughout the entire week and you want them to only enroll once. What you can then do is click add event type again. You can click, actually what you can do is click add event date and time. You can click this for the 23rd through the 26th. You can do 08 a.m. to 05 p.m. Same thing here, and this will just be a notice. So that way they can only enroll Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, instructor save. So they are only enrolling on the 22nd one. That way they only have to enroll once, but they are getting this notice saying, hey, it is a Monday through Friday camp. I hope that answered that question.
Emily, how do you enroll a family member or a sibling to an event using enroll existing student? Is that only from the event tab? Or can you do that from the student screen as well? Actually, I need to try that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So let's say we want to go here. Michael wants to be in. We can do events. There is not a way to add an event. And actually, look at that, enroll. Now this is showing, it's a great question. Yeah, so this is only for the classes. So in order to enroll somebody for an event, you do need to be in that event tab.
Okay, I have another good one. I don't know if you already went over it, sorry. If we register a student ourselves for an event, how do we get the parents to agree to the policies themselves?
Yeah, so if you do that, you can have it so that they can, there's no great easy way to answer that question. What I would recommend is having it printed out so that they can do a printed signature or a printed one so that while you have them there, you can very quickly just grab them and have them sign it. There's not a way that I'm aware of to do that here in the events.
Thank you. Is there a way to add wait list to events at this time?
Unfortunately, Erin, there is not.
Okay, for the RSVP option, can you see all names who RSVP'd in the event itself? So I'm thinking that's for a birthday party.
Yeah, so you can see it in the RSVP here. You can go to the date and time and you can do this. And you can go to enrollment and you can see everyone who has enrolled. So that is one way that you can do it. You can also print it so that you can see everybody, but you cannot see that there is anything in this actual birthday party. You cannot see it in the actual birthday party. It is only in that RSVP. I think that's what they're asking.
Yes, thank you. I think so too. Is there a way to link our Jackrabbit calendar with clickable links to add to newsletters and such?
Haley, that is a great question. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tell you to put in a request with support to see if they can answer that question. I am not familiar with that, so I want to make sure that we are giving you the best answer.
Okay, great. And then I think this is one of our last ones. We allow our families to use Parents' Night Out or open gyms for makeups. When posting fees, how can we override a charge for a certain family that are using makeups?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we go here and we do Parents' Night Out, let's do here, here. And then if we just want to go over here and we can click, there's a couple of ways that you can do it. You can go here, you can click the events. And let's see, that was Parents' Night Out, wasn't it? Parents' Night Out. And if you go over here to post fees here, post event fees, you can do it here and you can do a discount. Granted, this will be it for the entire group, or you can go over to the families and you can give them a credit or edit it in here. So if you go to Francis and you go to the transactions, you can go in here and you can edit that. So let's say this Parents' Night Out, the original fee was $35. You can edit it here. You can put in discount of $35, or you can change this original amount. And then you can just make a note here saying, hey, this was for a makeup. And then let's do $0 here. And view one, no link records then. So then I can click save changes. And that is where you'll see that. So I have now changed that event fee from $35 to $0, and it is the note of a makeup. And I believe that answered that question.
Yeah, that's all the Q&A
Cool.
that I see. So they can certainly reach out to us at support@Jackrabbit Tech or through their dashboard. And we're happy to answer more questions if they have them.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I hope everybody got a little bit of information out of this. Again, you will be able to see this webinar recorded. You'll get an email tomorrow with the recording link. There is also an upcoming webinar in February. It is all about recitals. You'll also get a link to that to register to that in your email tomorrow. And again, this QR code here is to join the Facebook user group. You can grab your phone and scan it now. That way you can go ahead and join our Facebook user group and get everything started for that. Thank you so much for joining. I am going to go ahead and end our meeting today, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks, everybody.